black bear. And so we thought we'd come out and see where my mom went to school. I was taken away when I was 5 years old, put in foster care. Well, I didn't really get to know my mom. When I was separated, I was 5 years old. And then when I came to see her again for a quick, brief moment was when I was 15, 1970, I think it was, 1970. The Lincoln Indian Center, first year it was open, 1970. And I seen it in the Yellow Book Indian Center. So I called him up and I said, hello, my name is Nate, and I gave him my adopted name. And they said, hello, and I said, I was told that my mom was Dorothy Hastings and my father was Vernon Phillips, and that I'm Omaha. And I was wondering if anybody there would know who they are. And the lady on the phone, she goes, I know your mom. And she said the address to me over the phone. And so I hung up and I ran over to that address on L Street, I think, about 11th and L, 9th and L, something. And I got to meet my mom. And for 2 years I would go back there and see her, but not ever be able to go home with her. Because I was a ward of the state, they said, until I was 21 in those days. So for 2 years it was real difficult knowing where she's at and not being able to be with her. Knowing my father and not being able to be with him. Forced separation. During that time, 2 years later, I ran away from that home that I was living in. Yesterday is Mother's Day. 53 years ago, I ran away from that home. I was living in Lincoln, Nebraska. When on that Mother's Day, when I ran out the door, was living on the south side of town, so I just went that way. 53 years ago today, I was in Topeka, Kansas. Not knowing what I was going to do, where I was going to go. And I was scared. 17 years old. Marine Corps recruiter seen me there about this time of day and said, hey, I got a place for you. We'll send you there. And I thought, okay, I'll go do that. And when I come out, my mom, my dad, we'll have a home. We'll be a family again. While I was away in the Marine Corps, my mom died. 6 months later, my father died. 6 months later, my brother Raleigh died. And then a few months after that, they kicked me out of the Marine Corps. I always thought that my mom would be here, that I could come home to. You know, I got to drinking, abused myself and others for a few years. And about 40 years ago now, I put that bottle away. I came back to Macy, Sundance, Fort Sweat, on powwow. I even started dancing again. My mom made it a way for me to enter that arena back when she was alive. Omaha, we didn't used to have the board dance until about 1974, I think. When we had the Iowa come up here, and so that we could dance that dance. We had exchanged gifts and did it that old way and asked them for the permissions to board that. And at that time, I was in the Marine Corps. My mom had me come home. And she fixed me up with a blanket, board, stuff. Put me in the arena there. One of the original top ups. So that's why when I come home and I dance, it's like that was there for me. She said, this way, I'm going to do it like this. This way, whenever you want to go out there and dance, maybe traditional, maybe grass, however you want to do that, it'd be okay for you to go to do that. She must have known that. She wouldn't be around. Wanted to make sure I was all right that way. I really love my mom. Yesterday, Mother's Day, I went to the Lincoln Indian Center. She was on the first board of directors. I got permission from the center to go ahead and light a fire there at our fireplace there. My uncle, Charlie Saber, he put that there. And when he did that, he said he wanted it to be there for us to come home to. And like that, if you need to, pray if you need to. So on his words and his permissions, I came home and did that best I could. My dad showed me how to do that when my mom died. We had a moment together, clarity, togetherness, father, son. He showed me how to light a fire, put tobacco in it. And he said, this is a doorway from this reality to God's reality. You don't need nobody to talk to God, just this fireplace, that's what he told me. So for long years, I'd be out traveling around and find myself either in a really good place or a really other kind of place, and all kind of ways in between. But I'd always go ahead and stop, say thank you or please, with that fireplace and tobacco. That's my father told me. Being taken away, I didn't really have a proper upbringing. But I'm so blessed that there are those that, maintained us as a people, as a nation of people. Our tribal council is here. Omaha is here to help me start off in a good way, in the right way. Kelvin Harlan is going to help us out. He will do ceremonies for us. Help us start this walk. Help me see my way back home. I was told that when I came here, I had an experience here. And I feel that the spirits reached out to me through dreams. Said, we see you out there doing these walks, doing these things. We'd like to come home and do that for us. So I explained that to the tribal council. Calvin was sitting there. And I will explain something to you about that. The spirit says, we want you to do this, and we need to do this, calling back the spirit, release them from this case. Let them come home. I know that there's those that are still buried here. Maybe they need to stay with their bodies. I don't know. I don't know those spirits. Like I said, I didn't have the proper upbringing. So I'm going to trust. I'm going to trust my elders and my leaders that they wouldn't do nothing ever to hurt me. And that's what I'd like for all our children to understand about our, to trust us again. That this walk would be I was told that it could be a healing way, for us. Not just Omaha, not just my family, but for all people, all nations. A lot of different tribes came here to this place. So that's not much I really can say right now, I think, about why I'm here, and the dreams that wouldn't leave me alone until I came back here now. When I woke up this morning, a sunrise ceremony over there at Big Out Park, and just this waves and waves and waves of good feelings, like hugs, like pats on the back, encouragement. That sun was there, it just shined on me. Felt good. I'm anxious to get started. Yesterday I was scared. Today I'm still scared. But I'm encouraged and I'll be brave. And I'll do the best I can. What I'd like to do is, even if the horses come with us, we'll walk out and go this way a little ways. And then maybe if there's a horse for me to get on, I'll ride a ways and we'll just walk. But I wanted to just explain what I'm doing here right now, why I'm here and how I come to be here. I just didn't wake up one day and say, I'm going to go out there and do something. It's taken me 2 years from those dreams to now to make it here. So it wasn't like I just said, I'm going to go out there and do it. And even now, I'm kind of got, I thought I had $1. But this ain't about the money. This ain't about me. Not my walk. It's those that survived this. That's what this is about, for survivors. You know? And those that didn't make it home. And it's also about those ones that are at high school even now. They're going into dormitories and they're living away from home and they're getting an education. And they're just going to come home and make it, our nation strong. I've always said that a strong Indian nation will make a great American nation. You know, if they keep the treaty, this could be a great place for one and all. So I'm going to say about that much. And I'm going to turn it over to Calvin.
Hello, relatives. I want to say good morning. Those of you that made it over here, sure appreciate you. Malika, Almada, Wakanda, Udagaka, Wadi Ewo, Latita Udaho, Widaho. I'm address my uncles over here. No, Kudagdi. Say Uncle Arlie, Uncle Millard. Today we come together here on behalf of our relative, the dream that he had, the thought that he had, the God-given gift that he had in his heart and in his mind. Today we're going to make that possible for him. He's been coming home, talking to the people as much as he can, doing these things about the country, helping others. Today he comes home to help all of us. We got relatives here that went to school here. My grandmother, Carrie Morris. My wife's grandfather, Tom Walker. I was telling Uncle Arlie about 3 men. One that raised me, his name was Joseph White. He raised me from day one. Him and his 2 brothers went to school here. It's on the rolls. Theodore White, Richard White. All 3 of them went into World War II. They fought for our country. These things like this we think about. These are the things that come from this way of life, living here. Read those papers in there and I heard stories about families going to Wall Hill, horse and buggy days, taking their kids up there at that train station, putting their kids in cattle cars, bringing them over here. Go to school here, some of them didn't make it home, as they say, So we think about them today. What my brother here wants to do. I told him last week when we had this talk, I said, Omaha's used to have a ceremony. I remember that when I was a little boy. Go down to the river, go swimming with my relatives. The old ladies would stand there, and they call your spirit. Call your Indian Day 4 times. Ask you to come home. So today with this prayer that I'm going to make to get this started, we're going to do that. We're going to call them. So bear with me, relatives. I'll make my prayer again. Omaha Nation. Omaha. Raul. Look at the quality of Limoni ho. Tiga ho. Tiga ho. Tiga ho. Ita some God of ho. Raul ho.
I'm gonna go start my drone. Can you just watch this camera for me? Just make sure nobody tips it over.
I'm gonna have my friend watch it. I was gonna try to grab Nathan.
Yeah.
And do an interview or something.
Okay.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
Thank you all for coming.
We're gonna take about 5-10 minutes. We're gonna regroup right here. Those of us are gonna walk about a half mile walk to the road where it's a gravel road back that way, and that's a 4-mile walk. And then it goes to 22, and then there it starts being highway. And if anybody would like to walk, this first part would be good, and you can stop there at that point where we let the horses see you forward, or you can walk those 4 miles down the dirt road and meet us there at 22 at 400th Street and 22. And then it's 2 miles in that way. But so the walk.
You think about 10 minutes?
Yeah, about 10 minutes.
Okay, I'm gonna try to get street traffic washed off and the highway traffic washed off.
Yeah, we're just going this way, that way. Right there. We're done. Yeah.
Okay.
But thank you. So, yeah, about 10 minutes.
All right.
We move right here. Start walking. And horse, ready? Okay. Oh, thank you. Here.
Oh, sure.
Feel it closely, or?
Let's say we stand right here. So good lighting. Maybe over here. That's what I used to get out of it. Right here. Thank you. I missed your presentation about your vision.
Oh.
So I was hoping, or dream, or however you want to describe it, but just wondered if you could tell me that again.
Hello, my name's Nathan, and I'll say a few words about how I'm come to be here today. A couple years ago, visited Genoa here. My mother, Dorothy Hastings, went to school here about 100 and some years ago. And we left here, it was about 2 years ago. I started getting this dream. This dream wouldn't leave me alone. And I asked some folks to help me interpret it. It was a dream about how, in this dream, I was up on a high hill. And I was looking out, and I could see myself up there. All these different places, big mountain, the west side. A lot of nuclear places. We were doing a lot of work, helping other people. And this dream was talking about all these things, and I started getting a big head maybe. Yeah, look what I did. And then about that time, something stuck me in the back of the head in the dream. And kind of, in a good way, scared me like an empty. Well, what you do here? They're waiting for you. You know, when I had that dream the first time, I just woke up, went to saved, blah, blah. That was a nice dream. And next time I go out there and do my little prayer walks, I remember. But I guess that's not what it was, because I've done other prayer walks and this dream keeps coming back. It's been 2 years ago. And last year I came home and I talked to 7 elders from the Omaha tribe, and they said, well, put it off for a while, because I thought, well, I would come back and I'd start here and I'd start walking and I wouldn't tell nobody. You know, I'd just come out and do it. And that way, if I didn't finish it or something, you know, well, I tried. But the dream wouldn't let me do that. And then even when I set a date for April 1st, because that's the date that we think that I was taken away in 1960. So I thought, well, that would be a good day to take them off. But there was a big blizzard here in Nebraska. Nobody's doing anything. Got put off again, thought about it a little bit. I said, well, I wanted just to walk today in the springtime. So we thought those last 2 weeks of spring, we'd take off. And it turned out that it winded up on today's the day after Mother's Day. 52 years ago, I ran away from a foster home that I was taken away to. And I was in Topeka, Kansas. And a Marine Corps recruiter seen me there. Took me away to the Marine Corps. I thought, well, being in the Marine Corps, come out, you know, I'd be over 21, and I wouldn't be awarded the state anymore. Well, I'd be in the Marine Corps.